Hello and welcome to the Unexpected List. I'm Will, and with me as always is my only contestant,
Sarah.
And the way this works is simple. I give Sarah a word or phrase, and she gives me the first 5 board games that come to mind when I give her that prompt. Sarah, are you ready? No, you are not.
Wow, just answer for me, why don't you?
I just did.
I know.
Your prompt is
Okay.
critters.
Critters, okay.
All right, we're back with Sarah's unexpected stack. Sarah, what did critters say to you?
Well, I went with a variety of like my favorite critters to anthropomorphic critters.
That you play as?
Since that seems to be a very popular thing to do. So that's pretty much what I've got here.
All right, number 1.
All right, so this is going to be a very obscure game that you're either going to find or not find, but it'll be probably cheap if you do find, because it didn't unfortunately get much airtime, and that's Mob Town. It was unfortunately part of a kind of a failed Kickstarter type story thing, and thankfully another publisher came through Steve Jackson, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah, no, that was the Ghost Love Candy. This one, the printers had to liquidate it.
That's right, but it still came through with Ghost Love Candy, I thought. I don't remember the whole story.
I don't think it did.
Okay, I don't remember the whole story at this point, but it was a Kickstarter that we almost didn't actually receive because Fifth Street Game unfortunately did not succeed at how to run a business.
But a designer friend of ours?
Yes, it's for Danny Devine. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Yeah. Danny Devine, we love his games. We got to play test this game. It's a very interesting mechanism of you create this cityscape by laying out a card, and it'll have an arrow, and so you put the next card in the direction of that arrow, and then that card has an arrow, and so you are building this map. I call it the divining method because Danny's last name
is an amazing map building with cards.
The downside, I'm glad I could pick it because it's critters. The downside is the original art that Danny did was so much better. It was gritty, mobster
Hence
art.
the name Mob
Town that fit 100%. The problem is Fifth Street put animal people on. I'm sorry, I can't say anthropomorphic very well. They did that with all their games, regardless of what you were. So the problem is, hardcore gamers that would actually love the gameplay didn't like the art. And the people who love the art didn't like the gameplay because it doesn't match.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we have a copy because it is a very engaging game. I just wish it still had the original art, and I can only hope...
Yeah, because we played the prototype with the original art,
yes.
And I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, I can only hope at some point somebody will work with Danny to maybe see
I think he needs to dust it off and remember that it's...
Hey, I've also tried a couple of times to use his divining method in a game design, but I haven't quite figured it out. But I think this is brilliant, and I just wish it was more available or got a second edition.
All right, number 2.
Draftosaurus, the largest critters you'll ever see. Dinosaurs. I'm sorry, I had to.
Yes.
Also because it's just so tactily fun to hold these little dinosaur meeples in your hand, and you are passing them around, and you're putting them on your board in certain ways. I mean, I did make little paper boxes to make it easier because sometimes it can
hand it over.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a little hard to hand a bunch of random meeples around without dropping any of them. But the concept is still really cool, and it's a lot of fun. The base game is just really smooth. The expansions, I'm hit or miss with.
Some of the mechanisms
are okay. This is also one on Board Game Arena. I don't remember if it's paid or not, but it's easier on Board Game Arena because you're not actually handing around meeples, but you lose that little bit of aspect. But you're still putting dinosaurs in a park trying to score, your basic set collection type stuff.
Right. Number 3.
Abduction, one of my other favorite type of critters.
The rubber duck.
Rubber duckies.
Sure, that qualifies as a critter.
This is my unexpected list.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So So there, I love rubber ducks. This is also really a lot of fun, not just component-wise, because you have a giant UFO. Let me see if I can get it out. You have a giant UFO with
Stuff with ducks.
stuff with little duckies. It is super cute, and so you're pulling them out randomly. And it is pattern making, right? For the most part,
Yeah.
You've got cards that are telling you how to make a pattern on your board with the duck colors, and so you have cards that help you, move things around. It's pretty light, but it still has a bit of thinking to it, and it is kind of
great family weight game.
Right. It's a little overproduced, but it's also a heck of a lot of fun, and it has an expansion that really makes it more gamery.
It has table presence.
Oh, it has table presence. I love it. So, abduction, because rubber ducks are cool critters.
Okay, number 4.
Okay, here you go. Creature comforts. Now, this is also one that's going to definitely fit because you are animal farmers.
Craftsmen.
Craftsmen. Sorry, this is craftsman. Harvest. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yes.
Creature comforts is about crafting things. So you are different animals. You're going around trying to make different crafts for winter, right? You're trying to prepare for winter.
Yeah.
Really a lot of fun. Has a really interesting mechanism where you know half the information, right? Because it's like you know some of the dice. So you place people out and then the rest of the dice get rolled. That is this game, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, it has been a few moments since we last played it. I struggle sometimes with that mechanism because I like to have all the information.
You're like, tell me all the answers.
But I will say they have a really good, not reward, a thing you get if you fail. So like if you go to a place and you need a certain dice, whatever, and the dice don't end up rolling that way, you get a boo-boo token. I call them boo-boo tokens.
Yeah, because they're little band-aids.
It looks like a little band-aid. I don't remember what they call it. I call them boo-boo tokens. And those...
they were like life lessons that you learn.
Something like life lessons. Because you learn from your...
Boo-boos.
Boo-boos. Super cute. I love the different things that you can craft. It feels warm, cozy, kind of one of those fall type games, even though it's not like specific to, well, I mean, I guess it is. You are prepared for winter.
Because they track it by seasons.
Yeah. So creature comforts, really good there. I can't get that off all the screen.
Okay, number 5.
Now, harvest. Now you are animal farmers.
Right.
Again, production values. We do have the deluxe version, so sorry about that. But this barn token holder, so it holds both the cardboard bits and the deluxe upgraded bits that you need to play with. You get a farm board where you've got the crops are different polyomino shapes.
Layering.
One of the few that you can actually play relatively easily because of the recessed board and the shaped pieces.
Right. Because they do a good job at the shaped pieces fill up certain the spaces on the board.
So worker placement where you are a different animal family going out trying to do the different things, and then you're building your farm up with clearing out trees and planting crops and
harvesting.
It's whoever makes the most points.
At first you were like, I'm not so sure because most of the points are all about, harvesting.
Okay, so
it's like,
I wanted more from the game.
And then I pointed at the box like, what do you think that thing's called? And she goes, harvest. So shouldn't that be, where the most...
I wanted a little more variety from the gameplay.
You wanted a cozy game.
I did want a little bit more that you can do because it seemed like you did all the harvesting stuff better than me. So I was kind of hoping there was another route to victory.
You're like, where's all
not.
the fishing and bug catching?
Yeah, where's my full video game sim life experience?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's harvest. I have one honorable mention because I did not want to get it down from, well, actually it's on the bottom shelf.
Didn't want to pick it up.
I can't pick it up, and that would be Everdell because we have the complete
Uber edition.
Uber collection box thingy. Talk about, that's the ultimate critter game.
We even bought the extra little nutshell pieces to hold the extra deluxe squishy berries.
Yeah, and all the different resources. And that's mostly a card-driven game, but you do have worker placement with building a tableau, and you've got resource management, and the variety of expansions do a variety of different things. It's not the best. There are definitely points where you really struggle with some of the expansions because they seem to be really focused on maintaining the status quo.
Yeah.
So if they gave you a benefit, they also gave you a detriment. And there were definitely times where I'm like, just give me the benefit. Just let me do a little bit better. But they're like, no, scores for the game must all be in line. And it wasn't until the final expansion where I guess they finally loosened up and listened to feedback, where that expansion mostly just gives you, and it really opens up the play space, and that is definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
Almost every other expansion, you kind of have to house rule, and even then, it's almost like, do you really want to waste the time trying to house
I
rule?
like parts of this, but I don't like it when it like restricts me.
Yeah, it's like they created a problem and a solution.
Like the one with pearls. Like I really
Yeah.
like the concept, but then you had to have a pearl in order to engage in it. So like half the game, I'm not even playing with the
And there was a
expansion.
limited number of pearls
Yes.
that you could get. So yeah, the expansion you could play with a little, and then it's like just sitting there looking pretty and taunting you, like, I'm nice and you can't touch me.
Pretty much.
All right, so that's my honorable mention. What would your list be?
I have two that I
Okay.
want to add. One would be Legendary Creatures. This was a game that we liked that came out. It just didn't do enough different things to other games we had.
Right.
So it got put on our trade pile. We haven't traded yet. It's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just we have so many other games that do things
Like it.
that it was like it's extraneous.
Right.
The other one that we still do have, and I think we even need to get to playing the expansion, is Dungeon Pets.
I can't believe I forgot Dungeon Pets. That's like our first critter game we ever like got.
Yeah, you have pets that you're taking care of with all your little imp minions.
Yeah, that's so much. Yes, we definitely need to get that to the table and play the expansion because I forgot how much I love that game. And like, don't they poop?
Yeah,
like
they
you
poop.
have to clean up their
the
poop.
You have to do stuff with poop.
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
All right, and that will do it for us. And remember, we had no opportunity to research or study or look up anything, but you do. So tell us what you think when you hear critters in the comments below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.